Hey there everybody, redxparasite here, and welcome back to Let's Play Metroid Prime. In the last episode, we explored the Chozo Ruins, took on the Hive Mecha, defeated it, and got back the missile launcher. So, in this episode, we're going to be retracing our steps, since we couldn't go any farther forward in that direction, and see what we can find now that we have missiles. So once you've saved a save point already, you can skip the loading cutscene. So it'll save us a marginal amount of time, but no reason not to do it. We can actually start destroying those ions now, but I'm just gonna avoid it. Hey, we actually got through that with only losing like 2 health. I'll take that. Nope. I think we already got the smaller missile ammo. We already got you. We just got you. Yeah. Now, where'd you go? Does it really matter? Probably not. Okay, so now that we have missiles, we can head into this blast door and completely ignore those beetles because you really don't need to fight them, actually. Yeah, the secret to playing Metroid games quickly, you know, if you want to speedrun them or whatever, is to not fight things when possible, including skipping entire bosses, which I'm not going to be doing here, but it's definitely possible. They seem to be light sources. I see sandstone, so we probably won't be able to hit that with our missiles, unfortunately. But on the other side of the room there is the Morph Ball. But before we can get to it, we have to defeat some enemies. Now, when you're speedrunning this game, actually one of the first items that you get, well, basically the first item that you will always get if you're speedrunning this game on the GameCube, is the space jump. So you can actually just skip this fight entirely. That's fun. Basically with this fight, just keep shooting them. Once you defeat, I think it's time, it might be time based. I don't know if you actually have to kill them, like a certain number of them or not, but basically, if you just keep fighting for long enough, eventually they will not respawn. So we've gotten to that point. Once you kill the remaining beetles, a bigger guy will show up. So, first things first, as always, we're going to scan him. Oh, that's an armor-plated beetle? Oh, plated beetle, okay. Well-armored burrowing insect vulnerable only in the rear abdomen. The creature's thick cranial plating can repel frontal attacks. This gives it an advantage in combat, allowing it to make ramming attacks. Only surfacing when it detects vibrations above, then it maneuvers itself, so always to face its rival. So basically you're not going to be able to get around this, even by strafing. So what you have to do, strafe at the last second right when it charges at you, and then just strafe out of the way. So strafing is very useful. If you're locked onto an enemy, just press B into the side, like the game was telling you how to do it. That's supposed to be your tutorial into strafing. It's particularly useful against space pirates, as we will see later on. But now that we're done with that fight, we have the Morph Ball back. You actually cannot get out of here normally without the Morph Ball. That is, unless you have the space jump. Having the space jump so early in the game trivializes a lot of the beginning parts of the game. But I'm not doing it that way, even though that's how I typically play the game. So, now that we have the Morph Ball, there's an area that we couldn't get to before because it had a Morph Ball tunnel blocking the way, but now we can go there. I just didn't bother going to areas that I know we couldn't go to yet, just to kind of save time. And, you know, to make it seem like I know what I'm doing, which I totally do. Okay, so just cross the bridge here, and I'm gonna ignore the more wasps again. Obviously, I'm gonna scan things when we encounter them for the first time, but all the enemies, you can just kind of walk straight past them, and they won't really do anything to you. Alright, so in this room, we have a fountain. There's a lore entry on the other wall over there. It's a bit hard to see things without these guys. They also kind of get in your way too, so be kind of frustrating to deal with. Chozo script translated. The surges of negative energy brought by the meteor far exceed our expectation. I think did I miss one somewhere along the line? I really hope I didn't, and if I did, then that's why this one's out of order. We Chozo have yet to find a way to rid ourselves of the great poison. All we can do now is seal it away and wait for the day when a power to purify the poison appears. However, it is already impossible to collect all the pieces of the great poison, as it has already spread, seeping into the planet and hardening. So, Talon 4 was hit by a meteor of some kind, which brought some sort of poison along with it. We don't know exactly what that is quite yet, but that will be something for us to figure out in the future. Oh, no! Scan. Aha! Okay, so these are shriek bats. They're probably one of the more annoying creatures to scan throughout the Metroid series, because when you get within a certain distance of them, they will try to attack you. So, territorial ceiling dweller, body temperature peaks at 121 centigrade. Shriek bats have high internal temperature, making them easy to spot with thermal imaging. They roost on cave ceilings while hunting for small prey. They'll dive bomb anything that wanders near. So they're difficult to scan because usually by the time you get within range to actually scan them, they're trying to dive bomb you. So we're just gonna ignore that. Oops. Actually, let's scan you because you're a new creature. Reaper Vine, powerful rock-dwelling tentacle. A single eye upon the Reaper Vine keeps a constant vigil, but its vision is limited to 10 meters. A scythe-like appendage on the tip is honed to lethal sharpness. The Reaper Vine will sweep this blade wildly at anything that enters its zone of perception. So just shoot these, they'll go back into the wall. You can basically tell if there's going to be one by there being a little notch in the wall. So we're just going to kind of work our way through this room quickly. There's more to this room, but we can't access it quite yet, so we'll just move on. I don't know why I always like to go into the morph ball in this room. You can actually just, walk through this tunnel normally, but I do. So there's blast caps in here. There's actually a save point. I'm killing some of the shriek bats that are on the ceiling up there. That's actually a good place to scan them because they won't target you until you exit the save point here. So if you scan them from the other side of that room, that's how you can get their scan without having them, notice you. And of course, if you kill them before you go into the save point, then you won't have to worry about them going off the ceiling right now, unless you reset the game. Of course, in between, then they will respawn and be there. So let's go and explore this area first. Got more shriek bats here, and we have another brimstone wall that apparently I can't scan, and I also can't land on the platform right next to it. But behind it is a missile expansion, so it's a very easy missile expansion to get. Okay, we'll grab some missile ammo. So, you actually saw a hint of this puzzle in the previous room. In order to unlock a door at the end of this area, you're going to have to activate these 4 runic symbols hidden throughout the room. So, 2 of them are right there. There is 1 down there, but you can scan it from up here, so it's easier to scan it from up here. So you don't have to waste your time going back down. And then here's the last one. Once you scan all of them, you can scan this thing on the door, and boom. Alright, we have a lore here. Disaster struck suddenly. We had a vague, dark foreboding, and it became truth. Okay, were you supposed to read this one first, then? Before the one in there? Sometimes they do kind of get out of order, because this one's actually talking about the meteor. Casting a dark shadow of debris over the land with the violence of its impact. Its destructive force spent, the fallen star burned itself out rapidly, and the incident should have faded into memory. But the meteor brought with it corruption. A great poison burst forth into the land, a strange energy that clawed at natural life with a ferocity. That strange negative energy emitted from the meteor expanded to encompass Talon 4 in a night, as a spider weaves a web. So, right in front of it, however, is the prize that we came here for, and that is the charge beam. So we got the charge beam, press and hold A to charge, release it to fire. Have a bunch of ions here. And let's try destroying them. That's fun. You don't actually have to get a fully charged shot in order to destroy them. I just think any level of charge will do. Fully powering up your charge shot will do more damage, however. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, there's a Reaper Vine here. And I'll get rid of this Blast Cap before I jump. Yeah, whatever. I'll just leave that one. It also gave me an excuse to itch my nose. Which, you know, you wouldn't have known unless I had told you about it. Alright, so now that we have the charge beam, let's move forward. I'm just going to jump over those Blast Cap. Some more on that platform. We're going to have to get them out of the way before we move. I'm also just preemptively taking care of the Shriek Bats on the ceiling there. But now you can see the charge beams item pickup pull in action. See, there's some more Blast Cap on that platform. And we'll just jumping and make our way. Oops. Well, I guess that kind of worked out. Let's try that again. There's some more Shriek Bats on the ceiling over there as well, so I'm just going to take care of all of those. They will activate the moment you come out of this tunnel, so it can be kind of difficult to deal with them. Oh, hey, look, I missed one. Oops. That was not an area where we're supposed to be. Okay, just a sec. My nose is itching really bad. Okay, hopefully I took care of it. I don't think my nose has itched that badly in years, and it's, I don't even know. I've spent like way too much time talking about it too. So let's try this again. This time, let's actually land on the platform. It's a bit tight of a jump to make without the space jump. We'll be getting soon enough, but it's always nice having it from the very start of the game whenever you're playing the GameCube version. In any case, we have a new enemy right here. The Stone Toad preys on creatures smaller than itself, vulnerable only from within. The Stone Toad is able to remain still for days. It preys upon creatures smaller than itself, inhaling them whole. Anything it finds undigestible, it regurgitates. Stone Toads use their tusks as a last resort in combat. So, we don't have much to worry about those guys. They don't move at all in the game. They do, however, block your way sometimes, so we'll have to deal with them in the future. For now, we can't actually kill them until we get a certain thing that we're just about to get. So this fight, start off by scanning the incinerator drone itself programmed for high temperature waste disposal. Device schematics indicate a high risk of malfunction when an internal power core is damaged. Minimal combat programming, but can defend itself. So, this fight's not that hard. You can literally just, you know, keep moving. You can even strafe if you want. Basically what you're waiting for to happen is for that to come out, and you just hit it. What it will do, however, is burn the giant war wasp hive above it, and cause these barbed war wasps to start coming out. Airborne insect, the ability to launch its stinger at prey. Highly aggressive member of the war wasp family, this insect can propel the tip of its stinger up to 20 meters. The stinger tips regrow seconds after launch and contain an acidic compound designed to pre-digest prey. So you have to deal with these throughout the fight, and of course you'll have the incinerator firing at you while doing so. Aside from that, you just want to taking care of the drone should actually be your first priority, because that's what, you know, makes progress in the fight. Also, it does not do all that much damage. Alright, should be seeing the core here in a second. Hey look, about a second. Okay, should take one more hit and it should be over. Yeah, the war wasps, or the barbed war wasps that come out of the hive can give you health if you take damage. You'll probably take more damage from them than you will from the incinerator itself. Actually, while we're here, this is a locked door. There are other places where you can scan it, but I just realized, oh hey, we can scan that now. That. Alright, boom. Oops. And that's the fight. Like I said, not very difficult. Also, you know, a mini boss. Alright. Morph ball bombs. And we got the morph ball bombs. They're bombs that you lay in morph ball. So we can test them out here on this sandstone wall. Break through it, and behind it is a missile expansion. So now we're up to 20. Okay. One of the nice features about the Wii versions of Prime 1 and Prime 2 is they added the jump ball. The jump ball was a feature added in Prime 3, where if you flick the Wii remote up, then you can just do a hop like you're doing a morph ball jump. And it allows you to just kind of make things a little bit quicker. So this is a little bit of a puzzle here. It's very complicated. You have to hit this morph ball bomb slot and then head to the next one before the time runs out, and of course that is so much harder than it seems. Also, we can scan morph ball bomb slots, and then we'll have to do it one more time once we raise these platforms. But yeah, it's a very difficult puzzle. So difficult to figure out, but actually it's more in executing it. Oops, let's not run into any of those. Once you get, actually I don't know if you need to get to the last bomb slot before the timer on that one runs out. I usually don't have that much of a problem doing it, but the bomb slots in this game actually are pretty lenient on the area where they will accept a bomb detonating. You don't actually have to lay the bomb while the morph ball's in the slot, and depending on when you lay the bomb, you can actually have it be pretty far away from the slot when it activates. So that's kind of funny. There's nothing to see here. We're just gonna roll through this tunnel quickly. Got another weird track here that I definitely don't know what we're supposed to do with. And as a reward for our troubles, there is an energy tank. And actually, fun fact, we're inside of a furnace right now. So if we go into the map, the room is called Furnace, but you can see if I zoom in here, this is the actual like furnace unit, and we are inside of it right now. It's kind of funny considering we don't have the various suit yet, and so if we try to go into areas with heat without the various suit, then we'll get damaged. But for some reason, that area, you know, isn't hot enough. All right, nope, we got more street bats again. Well, they were there last time, but have to deal with them again. So now that we have those, you can actually access that morph ball tunnel down there, but it's slower than just going over it. Alright, and I'm going to close out the episode here in just a second, but there's a missile expansion up here. As you can see, normally it would require us to have the space jump in order to get it. Oops. Oh, no, hey, cool, I got that on my second try. That is not the easiest thing to pull off. Basically, I used a double bomb jump in order to get up here and get the expansion. I'm supposed to have the space jump, but that is one thing that I still like to do, even if I don't have the space jump. So there you go. I'm sequence breaking. All right, and with that, that'll wrap up this episode. So thank you very much for watching. I've been redxparasite, signing out.